Hello and welcome to this edition of The Boston Show. I'm your host, Francesco Tartaglia. Last week in Boston, the mayor stopped by Curtis Hall in Jamaica Plain for the kickoff of Boston Shines. The citywide cleanup effort started on April 22nd and will make its way through the rest of the city in the upcoming weekends. April 29th and 30th, volunteers will be in Bay Village, Downtown, Chinatown, Beacon Hill, Back Bay, South End, and South Boston. May 6th and 7th, volunteers will be in Allston, Brighton, Dorchester, West End, Charlestown, East Boston, and the North End. To register and help out, please visit cityofboston.gov/ONS/Boston Shines. Boy Scouts of America hosted their Urban Scouting Breakfast. The goal of the event is to raise awareness and support for inner city scout programs and provide enhancements they may need to remain relevant in America's changing landscape.
Today we serve almost 14,000 boys, young men, women, and girls with over 5,000 adult volunteers and over 400 packs, troops, crews, ships, teams.
The event is also an opportunity to honor distinguished individuals for their leadership and philanthropic support of the greater Boston community, their charitable work, and business leadership. Artists for Humanity announced plans to expand their headquarters, calling it the Epicenter. In collaboration with Cabot Corporation, the new space will provide increased opportunity for Boston's youth.
We've employed hundreds, thousands of kids, teenagers from Boston's neighborhoods in what we do, which is develop their creativity, inspire them to be their best.
Artists for Humanity has grown into the largest on-site employer of teens in Boston, and the new space will allow that to continue as it grows its training and employment opportunities. Part of the new facility will also contain a Liberty Mutual Career Center that will provide space for pre-apprenticeship programs in the trades.
It's particularly fitting for us to underwrite the Liberty Mutual Career Center, a place where young people will gain an understanding of innovative careers, including jobs in the insurance industry.
The expansion will also provide artistic and cultural opportunities for residents and visitors and set the standard for environmental sustainability as the East Coast's largest energy-positive structure. The Origin Lab kicked off its opening with a ribbon cutting in the Seaport. The new facility will research and store induced pluripotent stem cells and study regenerative medicine.
I think in 6 to 7 years, the thought that your body's broken or that you have a disease that can't be cured is going to be as alien as if we took an iPhone back in a time machine back to somebody in 1993 and showed it to them. This stuff's going to seem like it comes out of nowhere, but it's actually coming out of the laboratory right behind us.
Origin is the only company in the country to crowdsource blood samples, which they hope will create a new approach to understanding a variety of diseases. Wheelock College hosted Youth Speak, the politics of race, gender, and equity, a youth symposium. Around 500 students from the college and many local middle and high schools attended the event, which gave them the opportunity to talk about issues they felt were affecting their lives, like race, education, income inequality, and being heard in schools.
Every single person in this room is important today. We want to hear what you have to say.
And we want you to be ambitious today. When you talk about changes you want to see, policies you want to see changed, we care about your insight.
Keynote speaker for the event was Beverly Bond, a former DJ and model who is now the founder and executive director of Black Girls Rock. Black Girls Rock is an annual award show that honors and promotes women of color in different fields, including music, entertainment, medicine, and entrepreneurship.
We can't avoid these kinds of social issues, nor can we wait for somebody else to address it. We have to be the change that we want to see.
This is the third symposium, which represents the culminating effort of the year-long We Belong campaign, a multi-sectorial initiative aimed at positively changing perceptions of Black and Latino males in the public conscious. The Abbey Theater celebrated the return of the best-selling production, The Plow and the Stars. 2016 marks the 100-year anniversary of the Easter Rising, which adds special significance to a show about residents of a Dublin tenement during the Irish Rebellion. Directed by Olivier Award-winning Sean Holmes, the show opens this fall and is produced by the National Theatre of Ireland. The Boston Neighborhood Fellows Program held their annual awards ceremony. The event provides recognition and direct financial support to individuals of creativity, vision, and leadership who work in community service in Boston. Winners receive direct grants totaling $30,000 to be paid over 3 years, which they are free to use in any way they desire.
So the Boston Neighborhood Fellows Awards are our chance to say thank you for supporting our people and helping us build a strong and healthy future for our city. And it's a chance that we highlight some residents with the biggest hearts in our city.
Over the program's 26-year run, 154 fellows have been chosen to receive awards. This year, they honored 5 local residents. A new item will be appearing on the menu of Roxy's Grilled Cheese. In honor of National Grilled Cheese Month, the renowned grilled cheese eatery is holding the Celebrity Cheese series, which features guest chefs who cook up their own signature creations. Mayor Walsh got in on this with his own personal sandwich, the Party Walsh. Mayor Walsh announced his support of the Community Preservation Act. The proposal would provide a significant revenue stream to support affordable housing, historic preservation, and open space initiatives within the city.
This is an important tool and step for building a more equitable and sustainable future in our city.
Enacted in 2000, the Community Preservation Act statute allows communities to create a local community preservation fund for open space, historic preservation, and affordable housing. Community preservation funds are raised locally through a surcharge of the tax levy against real property of up to 3%. Municipalities must adopt CPA by ballot referendum.
In addition to helping Boston provide more affordable housing, as Chief Dillon mentioned, by supporting the Community Preservation Act, Mayor Walsh is taking even more steps to protect, honor, and celebrate Boston's parks and historic locations.
If the proposal passes the City Council, it could potentially be placed on the ballot in Boston as early as November. Students filled every seat in the Boston Symphony Hall for this year's youth concert program, led by Maestro Thomas Wilkins. The educational show featured explanations of classical music, audience participation, and of course, live music. This year's concert was titled Sound Decisions, a musical look at choice, chance, and application, which teaches kids the process composers go through when writing their masterpieces. City officials joined representatives from the Boston Housing Authority and U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to announce the Juvenile Justice Re-Entry Program grant. The program will help youth ages 16 to 24 to seal their juvenile crime records so that they can be reunited with their families in their homes.
Every one of us need a second chance at some point in our life. We make decisions and we do things, whether we're younger and foolish and we don't pay attention to it. And it's certainly important for us that we continue as a city to move forward like that, taking care of people.
This project will also connect these young people with the Boston Housing Authority's Job Plus program, other job training programs, and social service organizations. Boston Transportation Department and Boston Bikes team relaunched the full Hubway bike share system for 2016. Commissioner Gina N. Fandaka kicked off the official relaunch at the New Balance Experience store on Boylston Street.
Hubway first launched in 2011 with 60 stations in Boston. Today, there are more than 160 stations and 1,600 bikes.
The popular bike share system recently recorded the 4 millionth trip taken by Hubway users since the program was first introduced in 2011. Over 100 years ago, the Japanese government donated cherry trees to Washington, D.C. to symbolize the friendship between the people of Japan and the United States. On April 29th, the Japanese Council and the Fish Family Foundation donated and planted descendants of those same symbolic cherry trees at the Hennigan K-8 school in Jamaica Plain. The school cherry tree planting ceremony was started in the spring of 2012, which was the centennial anniversary of Japan's gifting of cherry trees to Washington, D.C. in 1912. To watch any event covered in its entirety, stay tuned to Boston City TV. And to watch all new episodes of The Boston Show, tune in to Boston City TV at 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Thanks for joining us on this edition of The Boston Show.